Hello, everyone. Welcome to Victory Celebration Revival Children's Church Special Lesson. Pay close attention to this lesson because you're going to hear the second part tomorrow, so you're going to want to make sure you remember what you heard today. Have fun.
We're going to be talking about Moses, which I'm sure most of you have heard. I'd like to give you a little bit of history on Moses, just in case you forgot. Moses was a beautiful baby born during a time when Pharaoh asked midwives to kill all of the Israeli kids, all of the boys. The population was just getting too much. And in his mind, he's telling the wives, midwives or nurses nowadays, to kill all these baby boys. Well, these nurses didn't obey. They obeyed what God said because they knew that killing the children of Israel was the wrong thing to do. So there was a child, the Bible says he was a beautiful baby boy, and his mama's name was Jochebed. And she heard that all of the other baby boys were being killed. So she went and made a basket she weaved a basket and put tar around it where it would float in the water. And she put this beautiful baby boy named Moses into this basket and floated him down the river. Well, her daughter Miriam at the time was watching, and she saw the baby gently floating downstream to where Pharaoh's daughter was. And of course, everybody knows Pharaoh was the one who was decreeing that all these babies be killed. Well, this was his daughter, and she had just found a beautiful baby boy. And so she's bringing this beautiful baby boy in, and Miriam, Moses' sister, goes and tells her, I know of a Israel woman who is nursing. Can I come and get her and bring her to you to nurse this baby boy? Well, the secret was that was Jochebed, Moses' mom anyway. So see, God's plan worked out perfect. Well, she nursed him. She got to be a part of his growing up life in secret. And Moses grew up, and he grew up to be a big man and a handsome man. And the Bible says he had issues with speech, which some of us do have. But anyway, the story is that one day Moses was out shepherding his flock. Now, in the meantime, he growed up. Some things happened to him that your mom and dad can read to you in the Bible, or it'll be another lesson at a later time. But this lesson is on obedience to God. And so here we are. We've got Moses. He's older, and he's out in the field with his sheep. And all of a sudden, he notices a burning bush from far off. And of course, if I saw a burning bush, I'd want to look too. So he goes over there and he hears the voice of the Lord. Moses, Moses, it says. He says, yes, I'm right here. And God says, don't come any closer. Take off your sandals because this is holy ground. So he does. And he says, I'm God your father, the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so Moses hid his face because he was afraid to look at God. But God says, I've heard the cries of my people, and I've seen what's been going on. He saw all those babies being killed. He saw the afflictions that were placed upon these people. They were made slaves. They had to do work for no pay. They were slaves. And he says, I'm fixing to do something about it. And I'm going to use you, Moses, to set my people free. And Moses looked at him and thought, but why me? The Bible says, what makes you think that I could ever go to Pharaoh and lead the children of Israel out of Egypt? Well, you got to admit, that's a pretty good question. God just came to him and asked him to lead somewhere around the neighborhood, possibly of 3 million people. Well, God says, here's the answer. God says, I'll be with you. And this will be the proof that I'm the one who sent you. When you have brought my people out of Egypt, you will worship God right here at this very mountain. So then Moses tells him, he says, I'm not a very good speaker. And so Moses says, I could really use some help. So God says, okay, I'll let you have your brother Aaron to help you. So now here we got Moses, and he's got his brother Aaron with him. And a really cool thing is that he had his shepherd hook with him. Remember, Moses was a shepherd. No, he had his shepherd hook with him. Well, God told Moses to use his shepherd hook to prove. So here he is in front of Pharaoh. And God says, Aaron, just throw your staff out. So he throws it out right in front of Pharaoh and all of his witches and all that he had. And it turns into a snake. Okay? Well, Pharaoh tells his witchcraft guys, magicians they call them, to do the same thing. Well, guess what happened? The snakes appeared, but guess what happened? This snake ate their snakes. And once again proved that there's no one like our God. So he tells him, he says, I need you to tell Pharaoh I want my people to be released so they can go into the wilderness and worship me, the true and living God. So Moses goes in there and he tells Pharaoh, God says, let my people go so they can worship me. Well, Pharaoh says, nope, not going to do it. Well, so Moses goes back and tells him he's not going to do it. So the Bible says that God hardened his heart, talking about Pharaoh's heart. So God told Moses, he says, now watch and you'll see what I'm going to do. So he said, the first thing he did was he told him to stretch his staff out over the water, and it turned to blood. Blood. Everything, every water, anywhere around that area turned to blood. Well, you can't drink blood. And everything living in that water that had turned to blood died. Because the fish need water and oxygen. And the blood, well, guess what? You would have thought that would have changed his heart. No, afraid not. He said, no, I'm not. Okay, so the second time he comes back in, frogs appear everywhere. Nasty, green, slimy frogs appear all over the place. Everywhere, in their beds, in their food. Now look here, they already got blood, no water. Now they've got frogs everywhere in their food. So he goes to Pharaoh and says, God says, let my people go.
Wow, that mean Pharaoh sure was awful. He didn't want to let his help go because he didn't want his work to stop. My goodness. Tune in tomorrow to see if Pharaoh obeyed God or if he just made his own decisions. See you later. Bye. Hi kids, if you like this video, make sure to hit a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we post videos. Bye.